So, I'm going to just open up with an announcement. Saturday night, I think, we agreed on 7 p.m. Eastern. It was either 7 p.m. Eastern or 7 p.m. What's Arizona? Phoenix? Not Phoenix. Mountain Time. Anyway, I'm gonna be on the Phoenix Enigma with Corey. I don't know if Alicia's gonna be there. I hope she is. We're all friends. But I'm gonna be on the Phoenix Enigma with Corey Daniels. We're gonna be talking about effectively the Jewish conspiracy. Right, so if you've been reading the Jewish War along with me, you'll know the context of that conversation. So we're going to be kind of dragging history of Israel in historical times, not Israel of antiquity, but Israel of historical times, like what, Israel as we've known it on the written record, and tying that to figuring out the Mossad agenda, particularly for the United States and the West. Which, I mean, like, Zionist goals are the Mossad's agenda, but we need to have a real, more particular conversation about that, right? Because all of this ties into the Epstein situation. Because the Epstein situation is, they couldn't be silencing more the known fact that he's a Mossad asset. So therefore, that's kind of part of the context just of what's going on surface politically. But that is meant to occult the significance of what it means, because a big portion of this is the whole how everything fucking works in the blackmail state, right? Which has a lot to do with the president's remarks in response to the question that has everybody realizing that certain things are not going to happen the way they had been. People take suggestive language in the conspiracy world as a promise, right? So they will treat a suggestion from the Q-universe as a promise from Q on behalf of the white hats behind the president, that we're going to get things this way. This will be our way to be gotten. And as long as Q can countercorrect and say, oh, don't worry, everything's going according to plan, depending on how large that group is, you're talking about a significantly duped portion of the population stringing along a lot of really bad ideas, poisoning the well on any other legitimizable conspiracies out there that could have accomplished something. And, there's aspects of it that go far afield of just the Mossad asset thing, which just has to do with the greater structure of how we all are and why we have the leaders that we have and stuff. And that can tie in to not even like don't even think about Zionism, thinking transcendent to Zionism, just the influence of the said quote unquote Jews, which there's a tremendous amount of misinformation about that, right? Like, it's not that all I have to do is tell you what the Bach Saga says and you'll understand who the rabbis are, and then by extension the Jews. It is that I can tell you what I know about how history has operated so far with the agreed upon proofs. And then also I can reference the Bach Saga and say the Bach Saga was right about these details, which can infer to me by other confirmations I've already made within the Bach Saga that it is tied to these claims within the Bach Saga, which I have prior qualified, right? And these become aspects of the discourse that I am having with you when I do things, because look at how much I was able to reference the Bach Saga rabbi situation in the Jewish workbooks, right? And I'm trying to perceive through that context to see who's what when it comes to playing that kind of a game. So anyway, that's my news. I will be on the Phoenix Enigma, which will be on Rumble and X. And I don't know if they do anywhere else, but they'll be live streaming on Rumble. They'll be live streaming on X Saturday night, 7 p.m. That's either Phoenix time or Eastern time. I think it's supposed to be Eastern time. I have to double check, because when things are verbally told to me, once in a while, I forget. All right. Peace out.